The member for Goldstein has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Trade, Tourism and Investment. Will the Minister update the House on how the government is supporting the rebalancing of the economy by promoting Australia's growing services sector?
The Minister for Trade and Investment.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And can I thank the member for Goldstein for his question. I know he takes a very strong interest in Australia's services sector and in the operation of free trade and markets, and no doubt follows on from the very strong footsteps of the previous member for Goldstein, who also, of course, has a very strong track record in this respect. I note as well that he raised in his maiden speech, his first speech, the importance of services exports, and they are important because the Turnbull Coalition government recognises that as the Australian economy continues to rebalance, we need to make sure that we put a strong focus on driving services exports. The fact is that services accounts for about 80% of the Australian workforce and makes up about 70% of our GDP. Yet only 21% of our exports, Mr Speaker, are in fact services. So herein lays a tremendous opportunity for Australia. One way in particular that we're focusing on it is in relation to the Trade and Services Agreement, or TISA. Now, TISA is an opportunity for Australian education exports in particular to be brought to the forefront when it comes to powering the Australian economy, so we continue to see the strong growth the Coalition has delivered of some 3.3%. Now, education is also an important opportunity with respect to investment. We see, for example, Mr Speaker, where foreign businesses will look at investing into Australia to capitalise on education export opportunities. And we see, for example, Top Education Institute. Now, Top Education invested into Australia, hoping to maximise, no doubt, the opportunities that flow from full fee-paying international students. Unfortunately for Top Education, that hasn't always been the case. The Labor Party haven't been the strongest advocates when it comes to full fee payment, and they haven't been the strongest advocates when it comes to some of those investment opportunities either. But we also see other opportunities around foreign trade. In particular, under the China-Australia Free Trade Agreement, Mr Speaker, we've got a clause called Most Favoured Nation treatment. This effectively means that Australia ensures that our economic competitiveness with our largest trading market is maintained. And with a rising middle class in China, the opportunity for Australians has never been better. Now, I suspect that Senator Dastyari recognised some of these benefits in the Senate during an adjournment debate, when in 2014 he explained that few countries were better placed than Australia to capitalise on the rise of China for their own economic benefit. Little did we know, when he was referring to own economic benefits, he was taking it on a very personal level indeed. So fundamentally, Mr Speaker, the issue when it comes to trade, when it comes to education exports, is that this side of the House will continue to champion the economic opportunities to take our nation forward, while that side of the House will only look at what their own personal interests are with respect to those opportunities.